Note that a successful adaptation relies heavily on the individuals involved, with a great cast, director, special effects department, the list could go on.
Put the gun down!
This discussion of successful adaptation will be heavily focused on the narrative aspects. When watching the show, it's very clear that sometimes the comic acts as a storyboard for the show. Notably, the TV show both strongly sticks to what's at the core of the comic, while freely making very large changes. For instance, in both stories, when Rick is reunited with his wife and son, we get a chance to meet Shane, Rick's partner on the police force and family friend. He's been taking care of both Carl and Lori in Rick's presumed death.
Jesus.
While they once got romantic, it stopped immediately as Lori is reunited with her husband. As tensions mount in the first chapter, Shane punches Rick. Shane runs off, and Rick tries to talk to Shane in the woods. Shane points his rifle at Rick and yells at Rick for coming back, how he and Lori could have been together, and how he could have raised Carl. Ultimately, as Shane sobs and yells maniacally, prepared to fire, Rick's 12-year-old son shoots him in the neck. We barely get to meet Shane, and all this narrative is revealed to us moments before he's killed. The TV show instead holds on to him for 2 seasons, playing with the awkward love triangle. The show creates new narrative opportunities for Shane's downward spiral. He nearly rapes Lori, contemplates shooting Rick, shoots Otis in the leg to outrun the walkers, plans to take off with Andrea, and even murders a teenager in order to get Rick alone in the woods. The show dives deep into its own plot lines and ultimately resolves similarly to the comic, bringing forward momentum to the narrative. By keeping Kirkman heavily involved in the writing, the show maintains the same purpose and weight, with different versions of what could have happened presented in a filmic matter. The show captures the gore and horror of the comic when it has to, but decidedly keeps its focus on the human element, making this show not just another zombie flick.
I guess I'm losing hope. But like I said, it's all about slim chances now. And a slim chance is better than none.
AMC's translation was successful, but more surprisingly is Telltale's adaptation. Video game adaptations are notoriously bad. When you're dealing with a visual medium, the technique is show, don't tell. With the added element of participant interactivity, it becomes do, don't show. The game presents you with the Walking Dead universe, but rather than seeing how characters respond to the grim circumstances, the game allows you to put yourself in those shoes.
The Walking